November 7th, 2010. Wow, I can't believe this blog hasn't been deleted yet. I haven't posted anything for so long. I have my reasons, and I'd rather not discuss them yet, but it's been a rather traumatic year for me. Some of you were right. I shouldn't have gone back, trying to relive the mysteries of my childhood, but I couldn't resist. It's been over a year since my last post, and a lot has happened. Let's recap where I'm at right now with regards to the whole Mr. Bear incident. returntheb@hotmail.com is no longer in use. I tried replying to the email, but I got no reply. I tried again a while back, but still no response. I've actually moved up to Ottawa, capital of Canada, for those who don't know, for university, so I haven't been back to Caledon, or back in the Peel region, for a while. I had my reasons for leaving, as you can guess why. I've had to make a new email account because people keep prank emailing me, pretending to be Mr. Bear. Thanks a lot, guys. Not. Why have I ventured back to this blog? Mitchell Wilson, remember my dad's ex-cop friend, gave me a phone call on October 23rd about a tape that was found in a branch of the Branton Public Library. Branton is my hometown, in case you hadn't picked up on that. He claimed he isn't allowed to discuss the contents of the tape with me, as it's still evidence, but he asked me to come check it out when I return home. That tape got the gears grinding again, because we all know what was on the last tape I saw. I can only imagine what can be on this one. I'm guessing it must have something to do with Caledon Local 21. I guess I just wanted to say that I'm continuing this blog, and thanks for everyone who's still following it. I don't know when the next entry will be, but when I see the tape, I'll write what I find. I don't know what to expect, but the idea of seeing another tape has gotten me interested in the whole mystery all over again. Update, January 21st, 2011. It's been a long year for me. University has been giving me the usual sleepless nights, especially since I transferred to Ottawa, which is the place to party. Yeah, right. But now I'm back home with my dad in Brampton, the town I grew up in. I got home on the 18th of December, and I've been visiting my friends and family, or at least that's what I would rather have done. Now that the festive holiday cheer that I usually have at this time of the month is absent. To answer the hundreds of emails and comments I got, yes, I did see the tape that my dad's friend promised to show me. These tapes, however, act as a curse. I want to know more, yet I want to forget everything. I couldn't help it. I needed to see the tapes. Not only for myself, but for all you guys who are just as intrigued as I am by that ominous man in the bear suit from my past. However, after viewing those tapes, I feel that pit of dread deep inside me once again. That feeling where I know that all those kids in those videos are dead. That I could have been one of those kids, and that humanity is a dark, dark place. If you haven't skipped this paragraph for the juicier details below, thanks for listening to my rambling. On January 1st, I called Mitchell and asked if there was time for him to come by and show me the tapes. Things are pretty slow at the station because of a snowstorm, so he said he could come down any time that day. The tapes were located at a branch not too far from me, so I braved the slushy roads and terrible Brampton driving and made my way to Peel, the original police station located in Bromella City Center. I met Wilson at the front desk, where he led me to the second floor and into a small office. He instructed me to have a seat and wait while he went to get the tape. Before leaving the office, he turned to me and said, "I know you're curious, but are you sure you want to see this?" Of course I did, or at least I thought I did. Besides, Wilson's friend had pulled a lot of strings to get me in here, and I didn't want the opportunity to go to waste. This particular station had 2 tapes on hand. I was only able to watch a few minutes of footage, however, because the second tape was apparently too damaged to be played in a VCR. Mr. Bear's Cellar, Episode 30. Mr. Bear never ceases to disturb me, especially after what almost happened to me when I was younger. The episode took place outside the forest at dusk, making it slightly hard to see, especially considering the quality of the film, a trademark of anything on Caledon Local 21. The episode started with the camera being held in the paws of Mr. Bear, aiming it at himself. That bear mask, it looks more sinister in the shadows of the trees. The unmistakable muffled voice spoke up. "Hello, children. Today, I'll be doing a wonderful thing for my friends. I'll be delivering them to a faraway land where they will surely be happy." Mr. Bear turned the camera around to show an ATV with an attached trailer. But what stood out the most was the trailer contained 7 motionless children lying side by side. "This here is the first load, but more will be on their way soon." Mr. Bear turned around and pointed the camera at a large burlap tarp spread on the ground. He picked the tarp up, revealing a large hole that must have been about 12 feet deep and maybe 15 feet wide. The rest of the episode consisted of Mr. Bear taking each kid and dropping them into the hole. I asked Wilson if they were dead, to which he shook his head and replied, "Not yet." Soon all the kids were in the pit. Some were in awkward positions due to being tossed in, but they remained unconscious. "The vitamin C will surely help these children on the great journey that awaits them," Mr. Bear mentioned as he panned the camera towards multiple bottles of gasoline beside a bush. The camera zoomed into the bottles as Mr. Bear hummed before the episode ended. Wilson revealed to me that these were 7 of the 16 victims found burnt to a crisp. The gasoline is what the man playing Mr. Bear used to light them on fire. A pit full of burning children. Who would do such a thing? That feeling of dread found me once again, and I realized that I could have been one of those kids. Wilson then explained to me that they had previously lied. The other tape, confiscated by the police, did indeed work, and contained the filming of the actual burning. However, he felt that I wouldn't be able to handle the disturbing and graphic nature of the episode. You know what? Maybe I can't. I don't even want to see it. I'm satisfied for now, but I just need some time to get myself together. The thing is, the man who ran Caledon Local 21 is still out there. More to come soon. Once upon a time, there lived a little boy named Elliot. Elliot was a clever boy who loved playing with his friends. One day, he watched a lovely television show about a bear and his children friends. The children loved helping each other, as good children should, but they also loved the bear. The bear loved the children since the children were so good at helping him, and the fallen angel. The children and the bear wanted to play together forever with the help of their angel friend, but the fallen angel needed more help, so the children had to give the ultimate sacrifice. Because that's what friends do, Elliot. They help each other. Help us, Elliot. Burn with us, Elliot. I want you, Elliot. He wants you, Elliot. Come back to my cellar, Elliot. Please help with sugar and icing on top. Mr. B. INRI. Update. April 5th, 2011. I wanted to update again. I truly did. However, certain circumstances have turned me off to the whole Caledon Local 21 thing. I've since had hundreds of emails about my blog and was even in contact with a magazine about my story. But now was the time to come clean with everyone, where I've been for an entire year. The story of Pandora's box is true, and I opened it. When I reached the second tape in the possession of the police branch, the other subject I'd like to address is the number of joke, fake emails I've been getting from people claiming to be Mr. Bear. Let's start with the second tape, as that's what traumatized me into stopping my search temporarily. After a few weeks of playing silent, I decided to ask Mitchell Wilson if I could view that infamous second tape he had talked about. I don't know why. I just felt that viewing the tape would give me some closure. Wilson was obviously reluctant to show me, but I was persistent. He gave me an offer. If I was still interested by the time I turned 20, he would show me the tape. Not being able to do much else, I just played the waiting game. By the time my 20th birthday rolled around, I was definitely still interested in viewing the tape. I gave Wilson a call, during which he admitted that he had hoped I would forget about it, and asked me again, but I'm not taking no for an answer. You really don't need to see it, he kept telling me, but I did need to see it. I had to at this point. Sure, he invited me to the Bramelow Station branch one Monday afternoon. Having watched every Saw film and videos of animals in a slaughterhouse during my ethics class, I felt sure I'd be able to handle whatever the tape could throw at me. I was wrong. Mr. Bear's Cellar, episode 31. When Wilson went to collect the tape from evidence, the officer in charge of the evidence room shook his head at me, his face saying, "What are you doing?" Wilson explained that this tape included the last known episode of Mr. Bear's Cellar. I rightfully assumed that I would be seeing the fate of the children, and began to feel dread. The episode opened up inside a forest, the usual one from the previous episodes. That fact took me a while to realize because it was night. The trees and leaves just looked like shapes dancing around in the darkness. A faint glow of light was present on the right side of the screen. There wasn't any apparent audio. It appeared to be a windy night, yet the trees weren't making any noise. Slowly, the camera began to pan towards the glow, revealing smoke rising from a hole with the tips of flames peeking over the top. Wilson paused at this point. "Are you sure you want to see this?" he asked me. I insisted on it, even though a voice in my head was telling me not to. The video continued. The cameraman moved towards the hole, showing a pit of fire. This was the hole that had been seen in the previous episode, only this time it was filled with shapes. I could see shapes moving around, fluttering, flailing, some motionless. I knew perfectly well what they were. The camera began to adjust to the light and burning flesh. Red, black, a blur of surreal movement and colors. I wish I could forget what I saw, but you can't forget a scene like that. This was not a horror movie, this was reality. Human beings were being killed in a horrifying way, a fate that I could have potentially met. The video suddenly cut to dawn, the camera now positioned further away from the hole. The fire was out, however, there was still smoke rising up. A figure was up ahead. I recognized it right away. The Mr. Bear suit was laid out on the ground, empty. It looked just as unnerving. The suit was laid in the shape of a cross. The cameraman did a lap around the suit, treating it like a treasured artifact. Placed at the head of the suit was a sign. In bold red letters, INRI was printed there. The cameraman looked back to the end of the suit, zooming in on the bear's face. The episode finally ended. I was speechless. It was like a dream. You can find a lot of terrible things on the internet, but I had never seen anything like this. Wilson asked if I was okay, and I replied with a shaky, yeah. I assured him as we left that I was fine and that the video gave me some closure over the whole incident. He didn't seem too confident in me, but he left it at that. He was right, though. I had nightmares for weeks. I gave up. I didn't care about the whole thing anymore. A sick man burned a bunch of kids alive, attracting them with a fake kids' TV channel. I could have been one of those kids, yet I'm still here. Suppose I should be grateful, but I just feel guilty. Am I still here because of pure luck? 10 months later, I'm back, but now I need to address something else. My email has been flooded with messages. Some people ask for more details. Some ask if I can upload the tapes, and some people email me claiming to be Mr. Bear. First, I can't get the tapes uploaded, as they're A, in police possession as evidence, and B, I have no idea how to transfer VHS onto a computer. As for the people pretending to be Mr. Bear, you're not fooling me. When you have dozens of people pretending to be the same person, it doesn't work. I've seen the fake Caledon Local 21 YouTube channel, which is cute, but still not real. Even more annoying is the fact that someone hacked my account just to put up some demented poem about me in this blog. I'll leave it in the entry above this one, just to show you guys. I have contacted the webmaster about the entry and was told that it was posted on Halloween. Oh, so spooky. Attached to the email, paintwithb@aol.com, which I assume is another joke email. I'm over episode 31 now. The image that I saw will stick with me for a while, but I want to do one last hurrah. I will get into contact with Mitchell Wilson again, and hopefully get set up with the tapes in the possession of the other Peel Region Police Department branches. I'll try to update you guys as soon as I can. I'm sure this won't be the last you hear of me. Thanks to everyone who will read this. Elliot.
You're still here. Thanks for stopping by. Dr. Plague here. Always a pleasure to see all my new and old viewers coming by for another one of my spooky tales. If you'd like to support the show, you can always take part in one of our channel offers through Fume or Aura, or you can just click on another video when they come up. I'd really appreciate it. For our newer viewers, we also have lots of playlists and other things if you'd like to get caught up. I know some of my series have been going on for quite a while. If you'd like to get my latest book, there's a link down below that'll take you to my Amazon page. Towesey Homestead just came out, so if that's something you'd like to get your hands on, go ahead and have a look down there. If you'd like a signed copy, you can go ahead and email me from my email address on the site, and I'll get with you about shipping information and ship you a signed copy. If you'd like to support the channel in a more monetary fashion, we also have membership through YouTube, and we've got a Patreon that you can get the information for in the description. We have lots of tiers and everything to suit your needs. Patrons that support on the $10 tier, that's our Ghostly Reader tier, get a book anytime I write one, signed and on their doorstep. As you may have noticed, there's a list of patrons and members on the screen, and I'd like to personally thank every one of them for taking a hand in the future of this channel. Well, that's enough for tonight. Dr. Plague, signing off. Have a wonderful evening.